Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Mysticons, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Beatriz Mourad.
Hello.
And Steve Zek.
Hi.
Today, Beatriz, Steve, and I are here to talk about episode 20 of Mysticons, The Prophecy Unleashed, that just aired. We're recording this right after 9 a.m. Sunday. We will talk about Mysticons every week here on the Overly Animated Podcast. You can find us at overlyanimated.com or search for Overly Animated Mysticons on iTunes or and subscribe there or on YouTube to not miss any of our Mysticons podcasts. If you've just listened to our Mysticons coverage, yes, we have other co-hosts. Here's Beatriz and Steve, but, we got a lot of other people on the site caught up on Mysticons now, and, we'll be getting some differing opinions here. But of course, Delaney and April will be back on for, future ones as well. So our last Mysticons episode of 2017, more on that at the end of the podcast, but make sure you've seen The Prophecy Unleashed, a big episode, a lot of plot stuff, and there are spoilers. So spoilers for this episode and all previous episodes of Mysticons. Beatriz, what are your reactions to The Prophecy Unleashed?
So much happened. I have so many thoughts and I can't wait to get into them. I don't know, like in every second that I watched it, I just had like a new theory. I was like, ooh, maybe this will happen. Actually, no, this is going to happen later. I don't know. I was genuinely shocked by the twist in the middle and I don't know. I'm excited now. I've been excited before, but like for one character in particular, suddenly they have become much more interesting. Whereas previously to this episode, other characters were more the shining characters of the show. So
it's a big Arcana episode, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It's an Arcana episode, and from before, Arcana kind of had a storyline that I was like, okay, I've seen this before. I'm more interested in what Zarya has to offer, M has to offer. And now it's like, oh, Arcana, what's up?
Yeah.
You're interesting.
Yeah.
What's up?
This is maybe Arcana's best episode. A lot going on here, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Steve, reactions.
Wow. Just wow. So many things I was thinking could happen. I was not expecting that. So they took me by surprise here. And though I thought Terran was a little dense. It took him for the end of the episode to kind of figure out that the Mysticon Dragon Mage was the Princess Arcana.
He did not figure it out. She had to reveal herself.
I had to reveal it. I mean,
yeah.
Jesus. I mean, and even Prisma didn't figure it out. I thought she would maybe put like two and two together, man. I mean, like I said, I think people at Mysticon most of the time are like probably 10 times smarter than the people in Miraculous Ladybug are figuring this stuff out, but still.
Yeah, at least people in the show know. But other than that, Steve.
And I definitely interested in Meet Arcana's twin. There's one good piece of good news for Arcana, and that she has a sibling that is not Gawain. As someone she can call a sibling besides.
Yeah.
Of course, her fellow Mysticons are her sisters, but by blood I'm talking about.
Yeah, so good anti-Gawain news. Okay, I like that.
I mean, I still don't understand how Gawain is the king and not Arcana.
Okay. Not getting into that, but that's one of the perennial questions here. I thought this was a great episode. There's a ton happening, and I love the Arcana twin reveal. There's a lot of possibilities here. Two main possibilities that we need to talk about, and it was just a very exciting episode. Pretty jammed packed. It had my favorite comedic beat of the entire show. It had, a lot of great plot moments, a huge Arcana episode. Overall, I think this is like a top tier episode of Mysticons. I'm really high on it. But yeah, we need to talk about, the twin stars are Arcana and her twin sister separated at birth. It's happening. And if they get reunited, then the spectral dragon egg that Tasma brought to Necropha at the end of the episode will hatch. So, it's interesting because they seem to want to find her twin sister, but that is going to execute the prophecy. But yeah, Beatriz, what was your, initial reaction to the fact that Arcana has a twin? Did anything immediately pop into mind?
Well, immediately I was like, Proxima. Proxima's the twin. Like, my immediate thought was, who is this twin? And I was like, okay, Proxima and her don't get along. That kind of seems kind of sibling-ish. So I was just, it kind of made sense. I thought there's no way that the baby would be killed. It just does not seem like that type of show. So I was just like, oh, maybe they kind of like took her in and like they're close, but they're completely different worlds despite the distance being so close. That's what I immediately jumped to. I who knows about that theory. But yeah, I just thought that this was a great sort of, I don't know. I kind of like how there's often like lore with twins where one's like the good twin, one's the bad twin. So maybe we're gonna get like an evil twin, you know. Just because there's a twin doesn't necessarily make them good. So for a second, like I like underlined like dark arcana ? And I don't know. There was something really interesting in that, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this part of the story to begin, because they could go, there's so many places they could go with this.
Okay, so, Steve, Beatriz outlines Proxima. Any other ideas?
I didn't think it was Proxima in terms of they don't really look alike, and mainly the height difference. And I mean, twins, I think normally like around pretty much the same height, and pretty much the flappers were clear that they were paternal twins. So I kind of think that was possible, but I kind of go opposite of Beatrice in terms of, especially what we saw at the end of who raised Arcana's twin. I don't see an evil twin. I think what the danger is them just being united, period. What I think is opposite of Arcana is in terms of personality. I see this person probably being more maybe like a country bumpkin or a kind of a surfer person, or
you think it's someone we don't know yet?
No, yeah.
Okay, that's option number 3, yeah.
Yeah, I see like opposite personalities. I don't know, you guys saw this show from the 90s called Sister Sister. I see something like that in terms of, they're just different in terms of interest and stuff. Not like good and evil.
I have someone in mind who that fits, but yeah, so the baby does seem to be raised by a nice elf lady. So yeah, this is probably not an evil person, but you guys are not bringing up what I think is maybe the most likely person. Now we see at the end the baby, blue hair / green hair, so could be Proxima. Green eyes, could be Proxima, but that also fits the description of another person we know, and that is Zarya. Blue hair, green eyes.
Oh, didn't think of that.
Zarya, we know, we have not seen her parents. We've seen them referenced. She could have been raised by foster nice elf lady. In this episode, we see several Zarya and Arcana moments, including when she like something happens and Zarya says, reminds me of someone I know, and you hit hard for a princess, after she punches her, and then Zarya goes to save her. We've been really shipping Zarya and Arcana. Beatriz.
Like, you're kind of ruining my ship, dude.
This is good, Wolf. Beatriz, are we getting Luke and Leia here? That's what's happening with Zarya and Arcana?
I mean, I never thought this could happen outside the parameters of Star Wars, but maybe it's all kind of falling into place after you said that.
Right?
And she doesn't say like. She does, like, remember when she goes to Kitty and she goes, I miss my mom. She doesn't say dad. She just says mom.
Oh, okay.
So it's
different. And it goes what I said before, opposite personality.
Yes, Steve.
But I hate to put a damper in a party though, but if they were the case, wouldn't the Dragon Egg are hatched by now? Or is there some plot reason for that?
Interesting question.
But
Yeah.
they didn't know that they're twins. Maybe there has to be like a conscious kind of reunion.
Yeah, they might have to know. That's possible, but
we need to find elf lady, that nice elf lady.
Yeah, we need to find elf lady. Here's and maybe she was killed by Captain Chaos, but that would suck. But yeah, here's the thing. I've been asking several times, why are we showing Zarya and Arcana being so intimate in the show? If we're not going to pair them up, like we identified them as being shown as beyond like kind of friends, and that resulted in us shipping them, because it seems like such a specific depiction of them being really close, and I think this would explain it. If we're building them up to be long lost twins, I'd be pretty upset about us being Luke and Leia here, but this is interesting.
I like the idea, though, Zarya maybe being a princess, just she's still being raised on the streets and stuff, and that she would understand the lower class, the middle class type of plight, something that Gawain does not understand.
Yeah, it's true. It does interesting thing with Zarya's character. Her whole thing is being born on the Undercity. If it's Proxima, that's the other possibility. I do think the baby, we haven't rewatched it yet, but I do think that she seemingly had more blue hair than green hair, although hair color can kind of change. but it could be Proxima. And the same thing applies. Like, why isn't the egg hatched yet? Because they have interacted. But I think that's another interesting one. I think it's either one of those two, Zarya, Proxima, or someone who we don't know. I think the favorite has to be Zarya at this point. That seems like such a fantasy trope thing to do here, and the show has shown reverence for a lot of other big fantasy properties before. Doing a Star Wars thing, I think that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether to be upset about this or excited by the Zarya Arcana twist.
Well, it's good news for Moonboon, I guess.
Yeah, that would cement Moonboon probably as the ship to go to.
Man, but the scandal of like a princess dating a pirate, you guys.
Makes it better. That makes it forbidden. I'm all for that.
Interesting. Okay, something just clicked into place.
But wait a minute. Wait, I have a little hot take just now. I just thought of what if maybe I think Zarya meant her parents. I think she maybe meaning her natural parents, perhaps, because I think she probably would know the elf lady is not her biological mom.
Yeah, she certainly would know her foster mom.
If that person, would she be related to Piper in any way? Maybe her grandmother or something, or that'd be something.
I don't know.
So let's with the Princess Zarya possibility. Yeah, there you go. So in that case, it would be, we know her parents. Yeah, how do you bring Piper into it? That could be because of that. We saw specifically an elf lady. We haven't seen many elves. We talked about that last week. So that could relate. But yeah, I don't know. Princess Zarya. That seems like too good to pass up for me right now.
Yeah. I mean, something interesting is if we haven't seen, like, if it's like a new character to add to kind of like the tragedy of it all. I mean, it could be like an evil. You never know. Like, yeah, they might have dropped her off with this elf lady, but then something could have happened along the way, and then you could have like this really like tragic character where like Arcana has to fight her twin. Like that also is pretty like dramatic. So yes, Zarya, but also like there's also value in going like dark.
Well, here's a possibility. Maybe both. Maybe down the line, Zarya gets brainwashed into turning evil. I'm thinking perhaps if the twin is going to be like an antagonist down the line, perhaps it'll be after Tasman's little story is over, and she would be like sort of Tasman's replacement, pretty much, as Queen Akrafa's new little lackey.
Yeah, there's interesting possibilities if it's a character we don't know.
Because you saw Akrafa, she kind of dumped Dreadbane, replaced her with Tasma, and it seemed what Nova Terran said before, you're not the first Astromancer to go down a dark path. It seems Necrophage, she goes through these lackeys all the time.
Yeah, I don't think Necrophage has an attachment to Tasma specifically. Definitely not. And yeah, that's true. We could see another Necropha minion at some point. And yeah, that was an interesting thing when Nova Terra was trying to reason with Tasma and said, you're not the first one. So maybe we'll see another example of that. But yeah, there's interesting possibilities. It's a character we don't know. Not a lot to speculate on yet. And then briefly, Proxima would be interesting. We're clearly doing something with Proxima.
Wait, I just thought of something.
Yes, okay, Steve.
Theory with Nova Terra and Proxima, and perhaps that Nova Terran's like son was the Aftermath and went the dark path, and and Nova Terran and Proxima is Nova Terran's granddaughter, and we have a little like the evil Astromancer. You have Nova Terran, son, evil Astromancer, and Proxima is like the daughter of the evil Astromancer who Nova Terran raised. And
I mean, we don't want to fall into one of the faults of Star Wars and that everyone's related to each other. We want to. I mean, that's
what worries me a little bit about this twist, honestly, is that, like, part of the power of Zarya's character is that she's just a nobody from the Undercity. And, I'm not gonna get into spoilers for recent Star Wars, but one of the most powerful things is that, nobodies are powerful. Like, that's like a great theme of it. And that's, like, I love that so much more than everyone being related in the original Star Wars. So I'm worried about that. But we'll see what happens.
But personally, I think it doesn't really matter in terms of she was raised as a nobody, so I don't think it really takes anything
Right.
away.
It probably does. If you philosophically, we can look at it. It doesn't take anything away. So it's going to depend on how they approach it. Briefly about Proxima is that, that's going to be a character who's clearly doing something in these, in the second half of the show coming up. And, I think her arc could be related to this. It could be not. We're purposely included her in the storyline. She doesn't really do much. She interacts with M.
I said in the Discord, I think she in the future is going to become the new head Astromancer, and Novatarian is going to, die.
Yeah, you're very eager to kill off Novatarian. He did not die this episode, Steve.
I don't know. I think that she's going to be Necrofa's next, henchman. I think she's going to go dark, I think.
We could see, I think Proxima is such a wide range of outcomes. She could be either, the big bad after Necrofa, if, we're doing something post Necrofa in the show, or she could be the fifth Mysticon. I think it could be any of them.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, that's Tasma. Tasma's the fifth Mysticon, you guys. I'm not giving this up.
Well, Tasma is pretty evil right now, but I do think we'll get Tasma redemption.
She's brainwashed, pretty much half brainwashed, really. To be Necrofa's lackey, because that's not her will, really. I'm pretty sure that was just manipulation. Yeah. And I have a feeling at some point down the line, Tasma and Malveron, they're going to put aside their differences for a moment and do something, team up together, because I think they're really setting that up.
Yeah. We talked about this in this episode. Then, we referenced the Tasma Malveron relationship several times. Briefly on the manipulated thing, we got correction from creator Sean J.R. about our last podcast, Steve. Tasma was not being magicked by Necrofa. She was just experiencing desert hallucinations, and she of her own, not really of her own will, it's kind of the effects of the desert, but she was not being outside manipulated by Necrofa. She just went back to pro Necrofa because of the effects of the desert.
But do you think Queen Necrofa would know that probably could happen when she sent her in that porter at the very least? Maybe she wasn't directly doing anything, but maybe she would at least take a gamble that, heck, maybe this could happen.
Could be, but at least the immediate interpretation is that, or at least the immediate thing we're now, So it was just Tasma. The surprising thing for me about that explanation is that this is within Tasma's own natural, range of things she could do, is just being super pro Necrofa. So, she's mostly acting of her own volition here, it seems like. So I think that's interesting, and we'll see how that plays out. Back to the Zarya possibility for a second. In Discord, patron Michael says, so it's Zarya, right? So that's his reaction. And Rip Goodwolf. So if we're doing Luke and Leia, I want us to go full Luke and Leia and have them kiss in the episode.
I thought
before,
about it.
right?
I was like, should I say this? I'm not going to say it.
No, we need to go full Star Wars and have them creepily kiss in the movie before, and then have it right. We need to do this. So it's not happening, but it needs to happen. Okay. I found the last scene really powerful we talked about this between Novatarian and Arcana when she detransforms in front of him. Kind of our second identity reveal after Zarya did this with Kitty back in season 1, and
that is not as exciting, not as romantic.
Not as romantic, certainly, but it was. I thought this was a great scene, and why are you taking it so personally? And it's like,
duh.
Yeah,
figure it out by himself long ago, man. I would have figured it out pretty easily. At least there's some connection there. I at least would have questioned it.
Yeah, well, Steve, you don't know about being a stupid person in a magical girl show, so
I also give him one break in terms of their lives in a line. They're in danger, constantly danger. Maybe you don't have time to think things through.
Yeah.
I don't know, but is it bad that I had no idea that he didn't know that she wasn't Arcana the princess? I was just why is she why does that matter? Why are you taking this so personally? Of course he's gonna take it personally. I was just, that moment should have been kind of more impactful for me, that reveal, but it didn't, because I just already assumed that he knew.
Yeah, the show doesn't do a good job tracking who knows and who doesn't know. It hasn't. We did specifically keep, or very early on in the series, we specifically kept our identities from Novatarian. It's the show did this, but it was 20 episodes ago. I mean, it was 17 episodes ago that we did the whole. We're not going to tell Novatarian because there's a traitor within the Astromancers. That was episode 2. But yeah, so it's really not, it's really kind of not clear the show has been specific about it, but it's just,
they didn't seem to care though, because remember one scene, you mentioned before, Zarya said, you hit pretty hard for a princess. How could the other astronauts hear that? They don't really care keeping their secret.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that, Steve. That's great. That's true. Okay. Yeah, where they don't, people are just dense. Novataren is very dense. Proxima maybe picked up on it, but she's just being respectful. But let's say that. But yeah, Novataren, I believe it. He's, pretty stupid. And then at the end, Piper's, comforting Novataren. Only one who likes him.
No.
Piper likes everyone, it seems. And she even bonded with Dreadbane last episode.
Yeah, Piper likes weird guys. We've determined this. Yeah. So I love that scene at the end. That was great. I love revealing it to him. So we're going to be very interested to see where this twin stuff goes. That's going to be a big thing heading into some future episodes here. We do have a Star-Crossed Sisters episode title coming up soon. So
see, this makes me so sad. I even wrote in my notes, Astromage, great chemistry. This makes me so sad.
Astromage is the
sorry, I'm getting confused with the ship.
Yeah, Good Wolf, yeah.
Good Wolf.
It's
Astromage is Malveron.
Yeah, it's Malveron. What do we think of Malveron? What do we think of the Malveron Yu-Gi-Oh C plot in this episode, Beatriz?
I mean, it's fine. I just don't understand why they don't. If this actually has physical impacts on people, like these creatures, why don't they weaponize this stuff? Like, seems like a very, I feel like someone should have used this type of magic for some, protection or something. I don't know. It seems like very strong magic.
It was weird that it was it's weird that they could use it to fight at the end. Yeah. That was the thing that threw me off. It's really Giant Choko can actually, manifest, physical attacks. It's not just within the realm of the card game.
I thought it was silly, but also kind of makes sense given that the toy company that makes this show is Topps. So
I don't think Topps was like, you guys got to include a card playing plot, and I don't think that happened. No,
I don't think they're meddling, but I'm thinking though, they're going to take advantage. They're going to sell some merchandise with this. I mean,
I really don't think that affects
the card.
I don't know if
I don't think there'll be a big toe card. I really don't.
No
think
big toe card, really? No. Oh, yeah. We need the Beastie Blasters trading card game. When's that happening? When's our merchandise out for that? We do have Mysticons cards. I have a few of them in front of me. They come with the toys. And we're getting more from Topps next year. But yeah, where's the Beastie Blasters game?
Beatriz, get back to your point. You say, if anyone can be fit Mysticon is Tasman. You know what? I think I probably agree with you more that it's more likely Tasman than Proxima. Is of course they have promoted Tasman a little bit more with with icons on the cards and on the sort of the Nick website or Nick icons. They use Tasman quite a bit sometimes. They catch a new episode of Mysticon.
This is a meta theorizing, Steve. Tasma's part of the series 1 or 2 merchandising wave, and Proxima is not. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Tasma potentially more likely to be a heroine. I agree, but she's pretty evil right now. So Necrofa has the egg, and we're probably worried about this. This may be more of a long-term plot. I think we're about 5 or 6 episodes from the season finale. Season 2, of course, going from episode 14 to 26. I think this is maybe our season finale plot is the spectral dragon breaking out. Thoughts?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I still think that, when Arcana got mad, she, with her eyes is on fire. I mean, she kind of lost control for a bit. I still think that Arcana might be the dragon. Yes, this is an egg, but it felt
Arcana herself is the dragon.
Dragon?
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think this egg is full of anything. I think it's just there for the sake of, I don't know, decoration. And it's I don't know. Or somehow it's linked to Arcana, and when it opens, this gas comes out, and then suddenly it gives her a power, or this something happens. But I still think that dragon is linked to Arcana. There's no way it can't be.
Ooh, well, I think for sure probably that's going to be episode 26. And the episode 26, the dragon's coming. That can be. I don't think we're going to finish Necrofa at episode 26. She'll last to at least episode 40. Yeah. So, and I think episode 39 and 40 could be a 2-parter.
Okay, but
all our finales are 2-parters.
Look, let me paint you a scene. So Arcana somehow turns into a dragon and loses control. So then M, who's, the knight, she has to go all Sleeping Beauty on her and fight this dragon. But it's instead of saving the princess by fighting the dragon is the princess, and then you subvert this whole thing. That could be something really cool to see. Just image-wise. I could see this happening.
So you, how's she turning? Is she metamorphosing into the dragon? Is that what's happening?
Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Maybe the egg cracks and suddenly it's like this like curse that like it cracks in front of Arcana, and then it's like this curse happens and then she becomes the dragon and then loses control, and it's like M has to fight her, but then it's if Zarya is the twin, Zarya's like, no, don't kill me, I'm your sister, and it's like
dark Mysticon. Yeah. I could definitely see a dark
so
Mysticon
twist could be
plot.
is that the evil or the more evil twin is Arcana, or at least the more.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that twist.
But I mean, but the thing is, like, she won't be. I mean, it'd be more interesting if she herself, like, by choice turned evil. I don't know if the show would be willing to go that dark. So it'd be like, because of the hatching of that egg, or because of some sort of thing, she loses some sort of control or loses control of just the power she has, and then it just becomes overpowered, and then they have to kind of like.
That happened. Guess we worry about going. He could be the first victim.
Why are you
Letizia won't let that happen.
I think she would, but we don't. We don't need to kill off. No killing off Gawain. He's great. But yeah, I think I like the idea of the dragon egg not actually containing a dragon, but or more of a curse or something metaphorical. Whereas, it might turning Arcana into dragon. I could see that.
If that happened, I could definitely see Necrophora pretty much dumping Tasma and say, "You're my new number one lackey. You're my new henchman."
Evil Arcana. I don't think Arcana would be evil outside of a curse, and
I know. It doesn't matter.
It would be temporary. I think
if Necrophora can control her, that's all that matters. And it'd be like I said, Tasman would be like Dreadbane now, just pretty much. Don't need no more. Toss you to the side. Don't go into the outer dimension. Bye bye.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we're definitely assuming Necrophora will dump Tasma at some point. So, for the people shipping Necrophora and Tasma, which is actually some people. So,
I thought it more of a mother-daughter thing.
Well, yeah, considering she's very old. Yeah, you would think so. But back to finishing off this C plot with the Beastie Blasters Yu-Gi-Oh game is we get the Undercity Chompster, which is that talking dumpster that we see all the time. I really appreciated getting that in there. We had the Cave Crawler from. I think episode 8, so the Big Toe, that was in one of the episodes as well. And then, of course, Giant Choko, Star Fazia. What do we think of Giant Choko?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Regular Choko was very excited for Giant Choko.
They're really trying to sell that Choko merchandise. Choko's going to be the big seller. Choko's a much better version. I don't know if you grew up on cartoons in the 80s, you didn't, but you saw cartoons from the 80s I grew up on. They had shows like He-Man and stuff, has characters like mascots that we all hated, just annoying characters. Choko is such a much better version of Snarf, or a character from Thundercats, or
Choko, a better Snarf. That's Steve's hot take. Okay, I like that.
I mean, I like the kaiju reference, like the Godzilla reference. Like when it I don't know if it was from its eyes or from its mouth, when it just starts shooting that beam, I was like, all right, we're going kaiju for a second. Not bad. But I would have preferred a little more destruction. They kind of showed them, and then they kind of, just kind of went to the next scene. And I don't know. If you're going to give me a giant Choko, I need commitment.
Look, it was already silly to begin with, I think, but yeah, it's giant Choko is great. Choko's excited. Also, Choko early in the episode said, "Uh-oh." I don't know if we've heard him talk before, but
I'm ready.
He says, "Uh-oh." So this is a big Choko episode. He's talking now.
I'm waiting for Choko to get a love interest.
No, it's okay. That would make it when we get a second Foz. So sure.
Yeah. It can be male or female. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, just what gender? I guess we call Choko's a boy, but we don't really refer to him by as such, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there's the Choko stuff. Let's talk about the rest of the episode with everything in the cave. So we go into the caves of the Fang. That's our location for the episode. We're hunting the spectral egg. In the beginning we read the prophecy, which we read on the podcast last week. So spoiler. Chris,
sorry, but Tasma said, "What does this say?" But the Mysticons can read it. Tasma can't read it? Didn't she say in the previous episode, she goes, "Necrophora, what does this say?"
I think she might have said, "What does it?" I think she maybe meant what does it mean? Yeah, I think that's what she meant. Yeah. That's true. Who can they all read this language? What language is this? Is this common? What is this? We need clarification. But yeah, we got the prophecy, twin stars uniting, dragon's rage, spectral, whatever, yada yada. We talked about that last week's podcast. Shout out to Crispy again. And yeah, he says Novataran says doom ranger, doom is what it means, which I liked. And yeah, it's that was good stuff. We had I thought this would not pay off this line with one of the two immortal Novataran lackeys, but the guy's like, but Star Master, it's card night, which I thought was funny. But then we do a whole plot line with it. So, okay.
And I'm wondering though, if Malveron reduced his guard duty, where was Doug?
I don't know where Doug was this episode. True. We learned that the spectral drake thousands of years ago rise and nearly destroyed Gemina. So that's what we're talking here, prophecy wise. I was very thrown off by one of Necrophis specters talking in the beginning.
Yeah,
and then we learned that it's General Tibian. He's back. General Tibian was. Were we excited? Do you all remember General Tibian?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was so excited. I thought that we were like lamenting him when they got turned into scepters. We thought he was gone forever, but no, he's just a scepter now and he can talk. It's great.
Yeah, and yeah, he's now no mourning Dreadbane. He's pretty much moved on.
Yeah. I guess he's fully converted to Necropha as a specter, but Tibian, we love that Tibian's back here, and yeah. So then we get this scene that we got in the first of all, it says looks like a classic dungeon crawl. I think said Arcana, so I thought that was a notable line. We had this scene from the preview clip. Armchair Astromancer. They call Proxima. Novataran and Proxima are coming with, and Malveron's not. Which I like that we're just sidelining Malveron. But I guess we needed to do that. We get the line from, Piper, I can't wait till I'm old so I can yoink ears too. Which I thought was great. And the best exchange in the history of the show, Proxima says, let's go girls, it's magic hour. And, Arcana says, hey, that's my line. Guys, that's my line.
Self-awareness, that seems like such fourth world breaking closest to it. At least, yes. Like you said, that's my line. That's my line. And
M says, she said magic flower. It's fine. Yeah. The Arcana, specifically, guys, that's my line, is my favorite line in the history of the show. I think it's like the funniest thing.
I really wish we could see like recording booth when Allison Court said that, because I bet you she probably burst out laughing when she said that.
That line read by Allison Court is so incredible. Guys, that's my line. It's like a hilarious line, and Allison Court killed that. Like, oh my god, we love Magic Hour. That's our favorite part of the show, is them randomly saying Magic Hour with no explanation. And Proxima, she's the leader now. She said it's Magic Hour. So
you know what? It'd be funny though. Maybe later on, she said some of the other catchphrases, like like Zarya's, like howl like the wolf, and then Zarya like got a little.
Yeah. We should Proxima should. I don't know. Time to howl. It's great.
Who has? Yeah. I'm not sure. Does M and Piper have catchphrases?
Yeah,
too?
They have their own versions of unleashing their special attack.
Yeah,
fly, fly, etc.
I'm kind of loving Proxima being like a hidden fangirl. Like, I want her to actually like have a room full of like the Mysticons and all like posters and everything.
Zarya is Proxima Diana Cavendish as a hidden chariot fangirl. That's what's happening here?
I think so. I mean, she seems kind of standoffish. She's very knowledgeable. I'm just saying it could. I could see it happen.
Steve, what do you think?
Oh, I'm up for that too. I think she has a hidden side of her that maybe wants to be a superhero. That kind of thinks what the Mysticon does is kind of cool, but she acts all like tough and like we gotta follow order. We gotta do things like the right way. We gotta follow the rules. But I think deep down she kind of thinks wants to be a superhero too. And who knows? Maybe down the line we could have maybe an episode when Proxima maybe hits her head or something that tries to become like a wannabe superhero, like that movie, like that movie you covered, Beatriz, a while ago.
Captain Underpants? Yeah,
Captain Underpants. Like she becomes sort of a Captain Underpants in her own right. Like, I'm a stallion.
We kind of had that with Gwen already.
Yeah.
Hey,
maybe a sequel episode and they team up.
Gawain Proxima team up. Oh yeah, we can only imagine. But yeah, I like more sympathetic Proxima this episode. She was not super mad at the Mysticons, which I thought was interesting. She was with M for the most part.
Want to see a bit more interaction with them, with M and Proxima. We didn't get much. She didn't get much screen time with Proxima or the Mysticons when they got separated from Arcana and Nova Terran. But they didn't have time. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, I mean, well, we have things to come with Proxima, so we will see. But yeah, other things. I like M being a star nerd. That was kind of a throwaway line, but give M all the relatable character traits. That's what we're going here. M's the star nerd. Yeah, we see the flashback to the twins. Arcana being mad is a big component of this episode. She just gets like very angry after Nova Terran reveals she's a secret twin sister, and she goes Avatar state on them. Glowy eyes. And she's like levitating rocks and stuff. There's some pretty cool visuals here. But did you like this for Arcana's character, Beatriz?
Yes. I mean, in the beginning, in the beginning, I thought like, why do shows always do this? Where like there's like a group of like powerful like magic users or whatever. They have a group that has some sort of power, but then there's that one, the leader, like the Red Ranger in Power Rangers, like that always is much more powerful than the rest. So I never often liked that, but watching her like lose her mind and do crazy things, I was like, I'm all for this though. Like I love seeing her show what she can do. I mean, something that does bother me a little about the show is that the consistency in how much their magic works isn't always there. Sometimes their magic can like defeat people, and sometimes it can't destroy rocks. So like sometimes it's like a little tedious to see this and be like, wait, but didn't you last episode do this? But
yeah.
But I like this. I like that she does have this kind of loss of control. So now there's this danger of when will you lose control? Now that suddenly like her power is suddenly threatening, which we have seen before, but in like in a lesser sense. But I know I feel like with her, like now I feel like now it's dangerous, which is interesting.
I think also if she is dragon, she's a dragon. It makes sense. But yeah, I agree with you, to Beatrice, how sometimes maybe one character seems to be more powerful than the rest, but hopefully down the line, the other three maybe have similar sort of powers. Maybe not as powerful, but perhaps Zarya maybe secretly maybe is part wolf. We saw that already in episode 5.
On the nose.
Give us the werewolf.
Yeah, werewolf. Sorry, but yeah, I agree. This episode does a much better job convincing you that Arcana is really powerful than any previous episode. I think M or someone comments that like they're the two most powerful mages, her and Nova Terra, and it does seem a slightly not consistent, but yeah, it's cool seeing her like this. She intentionally causes the cave in, and is like interrogating Nova Terra with the rocks. Rysen Kari on Twitter says reminds me a lot of Katara. I agree. Shades of Katara from 317 with the about to kill that random guy. 316. Okay, 316. You're right. About to kill the random guy. Like that was us with the nightly fan club. But yeah, I thought that was great, and it's just like pretty early on to go like super mad with like your main character. Like,
I kind of wonder now though if Nova Terra now understands why Arcana wants to bring back her parents so badly, unstone them. Now maybe he'd be a little more sympathetic and understanding, and not be so like, oh, we forget the parents, leave them in stone, forget the king and the queen. Perhaps.
Who's that?
Arcana's parents, her mom, her and stepdad. In the past, remember when they got the codex for the first time, and the astromech were like, well, now we gotta destroy it, and like, no time to bring back unstone them or
right. Yeah, and we do this again here with the dragon egg. Nova Terran's solution is to just destroy the egg. And they're like, no, we'll just take it. So Nova Terran likes destroying things. It is true we have the parents thing to deal with, and we really haven't done that yet. And we got the codex back, so we should maybe in theory be able to do that.
We gotta end Going's Reign of Terror.
But like, why is it okay for Arcana to show like when it's when it has to do with her long lost twin, she reveals herself. But when it's the life or death situation with her parents, she's like, nope, I can't reveal myself to you. That's taking away my sister. That's one thing, but killing my parents, all right, maybe I won't show you there. I don't know.
I think it's because she's a little more under control then. I think she knew about her parents' situation. She had time to prepare to control her temper. This was just something new information just found out. It was outer shock of her. So I don't think she could really had a tougher time controlling her temper.
Do you think she'll regret showing him then? Looking back then, since before she wasn't willing to, so now...
It's also possible they're more comfortable with Novateron now. At first they thought he was a threat, and now over time it's become clear that he's not evil at all, and that he does, despite being very infuriating, is everyone's best interests in mind. So I know I don't. It is true. Why didn't she just reveal herself before with the parent stuff? But I don't know. It was a charged moment. Trust Novateron more now. I can maybe buy it. Yeah. Anyway, continue. Yeah, I love the all the Arcana stuff in the middle here. Continuing on, I forgot about this line from Zarya. Our girl needs us, she says about Arcana. So, just really, I don't know. Should we be mad about them baiting us into shipping? Sorry, Arcana, only to have them be sisters. Is this?
I mean, it happens to the best.
Oh
of us.
Man, yeah, this definitely has flashbacks. Reminds me of Kill la Kill. What they did.
Okay, I don't know. The reference,
well, I don't know because with Kill la Kill, I don't know. I have to disagree because with Kill la Kill,
you never thought of shipping those two?
No, I never. It was more, if anything, it was Mako and
Okay.
Sorry,
We got off track there, but
we as I mentioned before, Zarya saves Arcana again. Also, Zarya comes in and she shouts surprise. By the way, she says surprise, and then she enters, and when all of them show up. So okay, Zarya, chill out, Zarya.
I thought that's more of a Piper line.
She might save her sister.
I
thought that was more of a Piper line saying surprise.
I know. Why did?
Look, Piper needed, Piper was a young elf when she met Zarya. She was impressionable. Zarya, I feel like Zarya, when Zarya was younger, she was much more like Piper is right now.
I'd like to see that. Yeah, that'd be good. More young Zarya flashbacks is what we're asking for, basically. Yeah. One other thing I liked in the episode, we see Novateron floating everyone outside until we can call the Griffins. I thought this was a nice consistent, because a lot of times the Griffins just show up out of nowhere, but at least we're outside, but they were in the cave, and then we float them out there. I thought that was cool. Novateron is on Arcanas, M on Proximas, and, I think we basically, the other thing is, Arcana saving Novateron instead of going after Tasma.
I thought that was so predictable that was going to happen. And
I was waiting for it.
It did happen. Novateron was going to be very mad, too. Yeah. But he seemed to cool off a bit much quicker than I thought he would.
But he seemed he's a powerful mage. He seemed capable of saving himself. I just wasn't convinced that it was Arcana that had to go save him. If he had fainted, if he was unconscious, okay. But he was alive. He literally was just falling for a good minute. He could have simply turned around and used some magic to get himself out of the situation. I don't know.
That's what happens here, though.
Yeah, I think maybe he was, and Arcana just didn't wait. She just impulsive, and maybe he probably could have told her.
It was important to show that Arcana's still good. She's just mad, still a good person at heart, and even though she's mad at Novateron, still wanted to save him because she's a good person.
And that's fine. I just needed him to not have been incapable of using magic, so that when she saves him, it makes sense.
We've long established Novateron is not super capable of a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So this kind of fits in with this, but I don't know, that happened. And, and then we get the ending stuff we already talked about. So, she was my sister, detransforms. So, Beatriz, overall thoughts on, the Prophecy Unleashed.
I really enjoyed this episode. Definitely one of the strongest. It had me gasping. It caused a physical reaction out of me, which is always a good thing. And my favorite line in all this was Tasma. She said, "Ants beneath the heel of a god." And I was just like, Tasma, you're so extra. And guess what Nick was promoting? Nick was promoting Week of Extra. Girl, it came early because Tasma, she's extra TM.
Tasma is, there's very extra. Okay, Nick has a week of extra? Oh my god.
Really?
It's not really the proper use of extra? Because it's just like extra stuff, like bonus material that they're offering, and that's not the proper way you like. No, that's not the way.
I remember when Nicktoons was rerunning Avatar: Last Airbender had all these pop-up stuff, and this so really
Avatar extras. Yeah.
And most of them was not really nonsense stuff. It wasn't like real trivia stuff. It was just stuff.
Yeah, we don't need to get into the Avatar extras. Okay, Steve, what did you think of the Prophecy Unleashed?
I loved it, man. This episode blew me away because I think perhaps right now I'm going to go out on a limb here. Hot take. I think this is the best episode of Mysticon so far.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about the twin thing. Like I said, if it's a new character, I'm excited to meet that person. And if it's Zarya, I mean, I'm really excited too. And the idea that she could be part princess, that'll be awesome. And
here's the thing: Zarya calls Arcana princess every single episode.
Yeah,
like she's definitely a princess now.
They're gonna call each other princess, and that's gonna be great.
Like clearly, we're building Zarya to be a princess. It seems so obvious. Now.
I can't wait to see Kitty's reaction to that. Like, oh, you're a princess all along, and who knows? Maybe Kitty might be a little self-conscious, like, I'm not good enough for you no more, and just
there's gonna be a fight. They're gonna fight over this, and that's
Kitty's
gonna
like,
be
I can't date you now. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
be
date
like
you.
be like
There you go.
Be like that character in Frozen for a minute when he gave up for a second. Gustav or what?
Yeah.
I forget his name. I know Hans. Hans is the name I remember more than this.
How's Kitty gonna react? Yeah, it's gonna be great. But yeah, best episode of Mysticon, Steve. Wow, hot take. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's probably top tier. Yeah. This is a good one. It's very exciting to watch for the first time and then podcast on it right after. Yeah. And, we're going to have a lot to get into with, Zarya being twins with Arcana, because I'm pretty convinced after we've gone over the evidence here.
Oh, I can't wait to rewatch it tomorrow when it comes out on iTunes to look at the babies and just see.
Yeah. I was looking close at the baby. Yeah. It's blue, or it's probably blue hair, and it is green eyes. So that does really fit Zarya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the fact that we're already getting into this now. I don't know if they're going to hold on this twist for like 10, 15 episodes, but if they do, then I think it's interesting whether they chose to like give it away now. It's kind of the Mr. Robot, line of, twist taking, which is that you don't want to specifically hide it. You can kind of leave big clues because it's not about the surprise.
I'm hoping though they first of all go on a search to find a twin because they don't know yet. And it in a way, it would be like the first arc of Sailor Moon in terms of the princess they're looking for is right under their nose. Instead, they go on all these wild goose chases to find her. And even there's one little chapter when they see this princess from this other country with these glasses, you remember, who they thought could have been the princess. I think something maybe similar here. Maybe we find some false like twins. Maybe find someone with like red hair, looks like Arcana a little bit, and we're like get captured and kidnap them and say, Are you my twin? Are you my twin? And like, have some red herrings.
Yeah, we'll see how much searching we go for the twin, and then it's she was there all along. So yeah, well, maybe we'll get into that. Yeah, okay. Let us know what you thought of Prophecy Unleashed in the comments. Who is it? Is it Zarya? Is it Proxima? Is it someone else? This is what everyone wants to know. But yeah, this is basically what everyone's asking. Is everyone? It's not just us. Like because this episode aired in the UK. Like a month ago. So people have been already saying, is it Zarya? Like, it's, so this is kind of an actual reaction episode. Kind of interesting that's kind of the initial interpretation. Maybe there'll be a twist on top of this. We will see. But yeah, let us know that. Tell us in the Discord, overlyanimated.com/Discord, our very active Mysticons channel, who you think it is. And see there for a bunch of great discussion. Recently in the Discord, we're trying to get the hashtag justice for Choko hashtag going. So tweet at Nickelodeon with hashtag justice for Choko, hashtag renew Mysticons, because we're trying to get episodes beyond the initial 40. So that's what we're talking about in the Discord. So this is our last episode for 2017. If you look at Nick's long-term TV listings, they recently got updated and they show that the show will be back on the 13th of January on Nicktoons. This is something that almost happened earlier, and the premiere's moving to Nicktoons instead of Nick. So this is not like finalized. Wait for the official Mysticons account to tweet it out. Maybe they have already when you're listening. We're recording this beforehand.
Who knows? Maybe episode aired like going to air on January 7th on Sunday at Nickelodeon. It's just a
exactly.
replay.
They might not have updated the main Nick listings. It's possible, but as of now, it seems like on Nick's, they at least intend, and maybe they can be talked out of this, but at least they intend to move the premieres to Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Nicktoons. They also show reruns on Nick Jr. and Teen Nick, which is kind of cool if it's on reruns across a lot of Nick channels.
Well, I've seen, Nick Jr. doesn't have commercial. They just air episodes nonstop. That's the way they do it. And they show the ending credits, too. So at least that's cool. More of a pleasant experience.
Yeah. The thing I'm worried about with Nicktoons premieres is, Steve, is there a Nicktoons HD channel? I think no, right?
I don't think so.
Right. So that would really suck to not have Mysticons in HD in the premiere.
But like I said, though, you just have to wait the next day till it comes out digitally.
On Nick.com. So the thing I would really, if there's anyone listening who can affect this, I would really like Nick.com to remove premieres on their website the day of the Nicktoons airing, if this is what we're doing. No harm, no foul if you put the episode up on Nick.com on the Saturday it premieres, not wait until the day after. Because then, really what's happening right now is you're airing this at an ungodly hour and no one's getting up for it. And half the people in the fandom have not seen the episode on the day it's aired. And if they have to wait until the next day to see it, it really is stagnating online discussion. So if Nick is trying to build an online community around the show, which it should because it's the perfect show for that, you need to put this episode online same day. Then everyone will have access to it the same day and you can spur more discussion on that day. So really, Nick.com's website team should really put the episodes up same day that it's premiering.
Nickelodeon is behind the times behind Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network does this. Disney does this. Nick is the only one that doesn't do this, really. So really, put the Mysticons episodes online same day. I'm worried about that. But yeah, we could get new Mysticons episodes sooner than I thought, just in like 3 weeks. Director Matt Ferguson tweeted out recently that he finished the final mix on episode 26. He said our sound mixer called it one of the most epic episode of TV he's ever mixed. So, that's going to be the season 2 finale. So very hyped for that. But they do only have 6 more episodes done. So I'm kind of skeptical of this just airing weekly, starting January 13th forever, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe they can, they work really fast. Yeah.
These mix. Oh man, I'm now starting to get vibes of big death vibes in the episode 26. I just heard that.
I don't know if people are dying, but yeah, it's gonna be great either way. Potentially back on, then that episode title is 3 Mysticons and a Baby. Just continuing our tradition of a ton of old movie references, sure.
3 Mysticons and a Baby.
Yeah, that's the episode 21 title.
And, it sounds like one of the Mysticons is going to turn into a baby.
No, I don't think we're doing that. I really hope we're not doing that.
Maybe on Piper, but
yeah, well, she's already the baby of the group. But
maybe she gets like some elf illness that makes her
we did that in Voltron. Let's not do that. Let's not do
this. If you ever do anyone, let it be Malveron.
That baby Malveron? Okay. Yeah, maybe finally people will like Malveron if he gets
Please give me a scene with Tasma and baby Malveron.
Maybe we can relate to Tasma or why she can't stand him. Maybe this goes way back.
Yeah. Or how about we just don't turn anyone into a baby? And last thing I want to plug is the Mysticons subreddit. Me and Alex made the Mysticons Reddit. Go to reddit.com/r/Mysticons. This isn't officially connected to Overly Animated or to the show. So, but we've set up the Mysticons Reddit so you can talk about the show there. It looks cool. And recently Sam posted my favorite post. Sam posted a meme of doesn't have to be like this with Zarya and hands, Zarya, Kitty, Arcana on the outside, when it can also be like this, Kitty and Zarya holding hands and Arcana and Zarya holding hands. Zarya has 2 hands, but now they're sisters. So it's nope, it's ruined. It's ruined. Poster Mysticons memes on the Reddit. Yes,
good news, Zarya. Now you got a great new. Now you have a stepbrother. Now you got Gwang as your stepbrother. I hope. Congratulations.
Good news, Zarya. You're going. Gwang's your stepbrother. Okay.
Oh, you know something that would be cool if after it becomes announced that she's like the princess, Leticia decides to go after her. She's I want some royal blood, and if Gawain can't do it, I'll go for this girl.
We're shipping Leticia and Zarya. Okay.
And as Em said, she is moving up. She is stepping up.
Well, nowhere to go but up. But they're sorry, Gawain.
I'm still shipping Gawain and Mathis, sir. What's this?
Yeah, I don't know why people feel the need to ship Mathis with people, but okay, I guess so.
It's Gawain. I mean, it's no harm, no half foul with him. It's no
half foul. Do you have that planned? Okay. There you go. So, hashtag no harm, no half foul for Gawain. And, that's it. Let us know what you thought of the episode. Come talk about us in the Discord, overlyanimated.com/Discord. A lot of Mysticons discussion there. Consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thank you very much to all of our patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Mitch, aka Fever Mitch. And thanks as always to our patron executive producers, John, Ryan, Steve, Alex, Andy, and Hugh. Will be upcoming Overly Animated podcasts. Check out Beatriz's Ferdinand podcast, which is coming out soon.
Can't wait to
hear that. Really good. Very proud of it.
Even though I don't care for that style of movie, I can't wait to hear it. I don't like talking animal movies.
That's every animated movie, though.
Steve, no, I mind if they're like what's the word? If they like animals like Zootopia, or if humans can understand them, that's different. But
okay, got to qualify which type of talking animal movie.
Anthropomorphic. They're anthropomorphic, but unless it's a really great movie. But what? What
about Finding Nemo? You don't like Finding Nemo?
Yeah, I love Finding Nemo. That's fine.
Steve hates Finding Nemo. Okay, and other than that, not much this week. New episode of Ruby coming out on the upcoming Saturday. So find all that at
Sailor Moon coming up too.
Oh yeah, Sailor Moon. Okay, there you go. More magical girl. You don't get your magical girl fix from the Mysticons. So find all that at overlyanimated.com. Let us know what you thought. Thanks for listening, guys. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.